Well, Dave Jorgensen here again, people. Once again, I hope that this day has treated you well, or yesterday, I guess you could call it. So for some of you, I'm sure it's still today. It's 1:02 here, so it's already tomorrow where I am. I'm up late tonight. Well, I'm up late, or early, every morning. Um, I get up late. I got a bad habit. I get up late. And then this morning, my wife had a dental appointment. And I had about 2 or 3 inches of snow to get off the car and make sure she could get out to the appointment at 11 o'clock. So I had to force myself to wake up by 9 o'clock after going to bed at 2:30. Well, I got sleepy, so I took about a 3-hour nap this afternoon. That's one of the things you can do when you're retired or if you're working online. But I was thinking about some, things that really irritate me sometimes. And so I looked it up. And I have a list here of the top 10 pet peeves of American people. That was kind of interesting. Some of them, it doesn't even hardly look like they would apply, but for some people, I guess they do. Number one is mouth noises. Chewing with your mouth open. For people that get false teeth, you're until you get used to them anyway, you're spitting and sputtering around while you're trying to eat. Oh, so embarrassing. But chewing with your mouth open and mouth noises, jaws clicking when you're eating. I had I had my jaw for that, doing that for a while. With nothing I could do about that. Most of the time, nobody heard it, but I could feel it and hear it. But that's one of the number one pet peeve of Americans. Is people that chew with their mouth open and make all kinds of noises with their mouth. Well, we all make noises with our mouth, but, under those contexts. The next one I'm very familiar with, and that's poor driving etiquette. Sometimes I wonder if people even remember that they read the book, especially when you pull up to a four-way stop and you get there at the same time it's the guy on your right. And he just sits there while everybody else is going. That really gets me. And don't they read their manual? They were there at the same time as me. They should go. Oh, that happens just almost every time I go out. But anyway, poor driving etiquette, and especially when there's bad traffic. People wait till the last minute and they'll pull right out in front of you, and then they'll make a turn and make you almost stop. Nobody was behind you. All they would have had to do is wait until you went by. That's one of America's pet peeves. And it's mine too. I told you about the time in the log truck. This gal all of a sudden decided to pull out. She went down the road a quarter of a mile and made a left-hand turn, and I had to almost stop. She risked the life of all of her kids she had in there with her. People... Anyway, that and, pulling in front of people, and when you're in traffic and somebody lets you in, it's polite to give them a wave, it says. It says it's rude if you don't. So anyway, poor driving etiquette is one of that's the second pet peeve of Americans. Another one is not washing their hands after they use the bathroom, especially at a public place. Those places are so gross. Who knows who's been in there and done what? I don't even want to touch anything in there after I wash my hands. A lot of times I'll go, I never use a hanky, unless I have an emergency sneeze or something, but I never use my hanky to blow my nose. My hanky is to wipe sweat from my face or whatever. A lot of times I'll pull a hanky out of my pocket to touch the handle to get out of there. But that not washing your hands after you use a public bathroom, especially, or any bathroom, your own. Um, and this one here, I'm like, where did they get this one? Bitchy schoolgirls. I never ever, there's girls like that, but maybe some of you have. But I was surprised, that was number 5. Bitchy schoolgirls. They think they're, better than everybody else, and and they look down at you, and you give them an evil look or whatever. But anyway, that is one of the pet peeves of America. To me, that one doesn't apply. I mean, I don't even understand that. But some do probably, evidently, because that's number 5 on the 10, the top 10. Number 6 is an interesting one. Naming your kids and stuff after celebrity couples. That kind of stuff, naming, it's just, that's a pet peeve of Americans. And it mentioned in there also the way people are naming kids are coming up. A noun is what the name of a person is. I mean, and say the word, somebody's name is Desire. That's not a noun. That's an adjective. In other words, naming your kids adjectives. They'd say, whoever got that started anyway. But that's number, let's see, was that here? That was number 6 in the pet peeves of American people. And another one is, and I've never had, nobody desired to copy me, but people that copy everything that you do. Now, there was a lot of us that, tried to copy each other, see if we could hit a home run too, that kind of copying. But people that copy you in every way. Well, I know we've played that game, and it really irritates you when somebody, every time you make a move, they make the same move. But apparently, and they said the worst part of that pet peeve is especially when they start copying your style. So that's number 7, when people copy you in every way. And this one here has cost a lot of lives. Number 8, cell phone drivers. And they mentioned it, and you see it over and over again, going down the freeway at 55 miles an hour, talking on their cell phone when everybody else is doing 70, 75, and 80. Here they are. They don't even know what's around them. There's all kinds of stuff that they do. And number 9 is people who throw trash from their car window as they drive. That's not only, cell phone driving is basically an evil too, or illegal in most places. But anyway, I had a truck driver mad at me one time, and he threw a whole bag of food at me, hit my windshield. Oh, had nothing I could do about it, I wanted to follow him wherever he went. But anyway, that's number 9. And number 10 is another one that really irritates me, and that is screaming children, temper tantrums. And some of the times when I've seen that, the parent acts worse than the kid. The parent has a real loud, my poor wife just cringes because, I just get right up and say something. I chewed one woman out because she made so much noise. I just told her, you're louder than the kid. It's just disgusting. Because I go in there to have a meal and to relax and enjoy that meal, not to be jolted right out of my seat by some squeal or scream all of a sudden right behind me or, across from me. You've probably seen it. Those are the worst ones. Anyway, those are the 10 pet peeves of most Americans. And I just thought, what does that have to do with internet marketing? Nothing. It just has to do with life and the society that we live in, and we can try to escape it or whatever. But anyway, I'm still here. I'm a super affiliate network fanatic. Believe in it 1,000,000%. And I'd like to see you click the button below. Yeah, that's my worst pet peeve, is people that don't click the button and get started. No, not really. But, everybody has to be ready when they do it. So anyway, click the button below, and we'll catch you tomorrow and share some more with you. Bye.